Greetings, I'm your host, Dr. Wolfula, and when I'm not being chased away by angry villagers just for throwing a few of their kids into a lake, I'm here at Castle Wolfula reviewing movies. Who doesn't know how to swim in this day and age? I mean, really. We're continuing our look back at the entire Munsters TV and film saga with coverage of Here Come the Munsters, a film released on the Fox network in 1995. And no, this is not a Munsters porno film. There is a Munsters porno, though, and it is terrible, I might add. Herman and Lily don't have sex until the last scene. It's just 2.5 hours of Marilyn and Eddie fucking. That's not what I want to see.
Is that rotten sea bass I smell?
Speaking of things I don't want to see, the TV show Munsters Today did some pretty bad damage to the Munsters, but its timing also proved to be awkward because when the show mercifully ended in 1991, the first Addams Family movie saw release, which kickstarted a brief trend of films based on 60s sitcoms fueled by boomer nostalgia.
Damn you, Addams!
You had films based on the Beverly Hillbillies, the Flintstones, the Brady Bunch, and even Car 54 Where Are You?, another sitcom that starred the Munsters Fred Gwynn and Al Lewis, got a film adaptation.
What more could a man ask for?
Of course, it made sense to give the Munsters a big budget movie in theaters. Here Come the Munsters was apparently supposed to be that, but for a variety of possible reasons, Universal decided to play things safe and make Here Come the Munsters for around $2 million as a TV movie for Fox.
It's Halloween, and we've got a night full of twisted tricks and treats in store for you. Beginning with a visit to my favorite family of fiends, the Munsters.
Fox presents the world premiere of Here Come the Munsters.
There was an oversaturation of films based on classic shows in the early 90s, and besides Universal's Flintstones movie, which made over $300 million, none of these TV adaptations were making Addams Family bank, and even that film's sequel saw diminishing returns with a higher budget. Universal probably figured a theatrical Munsters film wouldn't perform well following up its rival Addams Family. Universal also likely didn't want to spend money on two expensive TV adaptations at the same time, and ultimately banked on Flintstones, especially considering the Munsters' lack of success with its previous films and that cursed second TV series.
I can be as hep as anyone else.
I should also mention that John Landis was the producer of Here Come the Munsters, so this film having a low budget meant that Landis wouldn't be able to shoot a scene he planned where a helicopter would crash into Herman and Eddie. So I guess it's for the best that this film wasn't made for theaters. Despite its low budget for a TV audience, does Here Come the Munsters manage to do justice bringing the characters into the 90s? I'll break it down in my review. But first I have a message from my sponsor. Me! Pledge to my Patreon today to support the channel, help it continue to grow, and you'll also get access to weekly movie nights every Sunday on Discord, and archive commentaries if you missed the movie nights live. Just $5 a month to get a movie night every week. Here are the movies I'll be streaming next Sunday. Pledge to patreon.com/Dr. Wolfula if you're interested in my bonus streams, and I thank you in advance.
And now, Here Come the Munsters on the Fox Tuesday Night Movie.
Here Come the Munsters is a reboot of the series, telling a new origin for the family, inconsistent with the previous shows, which had the Munsters already living in the USA for at least a couple of decades, and with Eddie being born in America. Here Come the Munsters begins in Transylvania, opening with generic horror music and recycled clips of the torch-wielding mob from the original Frankenstein. You can even see Colin Clive's Dr. Frankenstein. It's already obvious this movie didn't have much of a budget to work with. When we switch to new footage, among the angry villagers is the late Irwin Keyes, that weird-looking character actor who was in the original Friday the 13th and House of 1,000 Corpses.
Now we can rid our village of that cursed family forever!
The Munsters inside their castle are just chilling, and it's not clear what's gotten the villagers so pissed off. So it can only be assumed that earlier that day, Herman slaughtered one of their kids.
Well, you know villagers, you can't live with them and you can't get spare parts without them.
Irwin Keyes grabs a bazooka because he left his mortar cannon at home, and even though this is a John Landis production, Eddie somehow manages to not get blown up.
I don't see the harm in seeking a new home.
The Munsters flee the angry mob, desperate to kill the fuck out of the abominations, and upon finding a letter from Herman's and Lily's niece, Marilyn,
it's from Marilyn in America.
The family decides to relocate to America for a fresh start.
We're going to America.
Yes.
Despite everyone in Transylvania fearing them and wanting them dead, the Munsters still managed to catch a flight with absolutely no issues. This was pre-9/11, mind you. Speaking of which, when the Munsters arrive in LAX, the TSA agent is wearing a turban. That wouldn't fly today. Literally.
Next in line, please.
As the family leaves the airport, Herman, what the fuck is that thing? Ralph, the hearse driver for Gateman, Goodberry, and Graves' funeral parlor, gives the Munsters a lift through Mockingbird Heights.
You know, you picked a heck of a time to come here. Sometimes we have earthquakes, and fires, and riots.
Maybe it's not going to be so bad here after all.
Yeah.
Sounds like Herman is hoping for another Rodney King situation.
Mockingbird Heights.
The Munsters arrive at Marilyn's house, 1313 Mockingbird Lane, and it looks like shit, not in the good Munsters way, in the cheap made-for-TV way. Looks nothing like the original house, but at least it's not stock footage or a miniature this time, and unlike the original house, which was on a back lot, this house was actually in a real neighborhood, so there's that.
Well, of course they'd have the one with the old world charm.
Before departing, Ralph makes sure to leave the card for his funeral parlor that will come in handy later when the plot calls for it. Speaking of calls, Mary Warrenoff racially profiles the visiting Munster family.
Neighborhood Watch 1. Suspicious activity at 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
That's how you know you're in L.A. The Munsters finally meet Marilyn and find she's looking pretty good.
I'm almost out of candy. She's not so bad, Grandpa.
Only to find out she looks like Marcia Brady. Ah!
Her father was always conducting experiments to make her look more like us, but he failed miserably.
That's a really nice thing to say right in front of this bitch.
Your sister has always had exquisite taste.
This is one of the biggest differences in this movie from the original series. In the original show, Marilyn was, of course, the daughter of Lily's unseen sister, so Marilyn was a vampire with none of the visible characteristics. In this movie, Marilyn Hyde is the daughter of Herman's sister Elsa, obviously named after Elsa Lanchester, who's a sister of Frankenstein in this case.
Ever since Mom got the phone call that Dad disappeared, she's been like this.
Elsa has been in a coma from having a broken heart. Some Revenge of the Sith-ass logic here.
Elsa has a broken heart.
I mean, Mom needs Dad.
You see, Elsa's husband / Marilyn's father, Norman Hyde, has vanished without a trace.
Wait a minute, Norman is gone?
6 months ago.
And yeah, in this version it turns out that Marilyn is the product of necrophilia. A human fucking a corpse. I don't even want to imagine what their birth must have looked like. Also, they changed the Raven and the Cuckoo Clock from being alive to just being mechanical, but that's just because the idea of a real Raven living in a cuckoo clock is just too silly for a Munsters movie.
That stupid Raven would stay in his clock.
In order to awaken Elsa, Marilyn will have to find out what happened to her father, and the Munsters especially need to find that corpse fucker or they'll be deported.
Without Elsa and Norman, we don't have a sponsor, and without a sponsor, they'll send us back.
The only thing a Dracula and Frankenstein is afraid of is ice. Luckily, only regular murder-level LA cops arrived for the Munsters on a tip about them messing around with a dead body.
We had a 911 report of a dead body on the premises.
But they're just messing around with a horribly mutilated, comatose woman.
She's not dead. She's in some kind of coma. We're taking her to the hospital for observation.
This paramedic is a cameo by this film's writer, who also co-created The Big Bang Theory. That, kinda sucks, actually. That show is pure dog shit. In this scene, Marilyn also meets Detective Cartwell, continuing a theme from the last movie of Marilyn really wanting to fuck cops who are a decade older than her, I guess.
Do you mind my asking you a few questions?
Fire away.
Grandpa, I don't think you should say fire away. They have guns.
They are LA cops, after all. They'll shoot you for any reason.
These foreigners are destroying this country.
Like many bald, stocky boomers his age, Detective Warkowski is frustrated having to deal with goddamn foreigners.
Murkowski? That's a good Native American name. Is that Apache?
Warkowski is descended from the Paleface tribe. With the characters and central predicament established, Here Come the Munsters falls into the same trap that the first Addams Family movie fell into, with it being mostly a series of gags and unrelated scenes until the final act.
More juice, Herman?
No, I'm full.
But, at the very least, the plot being about the Munsters trying to avoid being deported to a place that wants to murder them introduces some real stakes, literally, and is more creative than a real estate developer trying to evict the family. It doesn't help, though, that the plot of this movie is laid out by Lily with a to-do list, like the writers forgot to delete their outline notes in final draft.
Herman, get a job. Eddie enroll in school.
Eddie reluctantly has to be enrolled in school.
At my last school, the kids and the parents chased me out of the village and
tried to kill me with a silver bullet.
If he hates dodging bullets, he's really not gonna like being in an American public school. At the bus stop, Eddie meets a bunch of punk-ass kids, one of whom was the voice of Helga on Hey Arnold. Here, maybe this'll help you recognize her.
Are you new to this school too? I am from Paris. Where are you from?
While Eddie's enjoying some ethnically motivated bullying,
Squawk ears? You gotta pick up your lunch, boy.
his pop tries to find honest work.
You should start getting unemployment in 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't want unemployment. I want employment.
You don't want the money we send you. You want the money you get from working.
Yes, unlike those damn foreigners ruining our country, Herman is an immigrant who wants to work for a living, which I guess actually describes every immigrant willing to come to America.
Since you're new to this country, you're going to have to accept work at the bottom of the economic ladder.
The reemployment agent is the voice of Puddin', that kid who always got hurt on the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy.
What was that for?
Yeah, this video is going to mainly just be me pointing out voices of cartoons from 30 years ago.
Can we come in?
Oh, certainly.
Meanwhile, Mary Warrenoff throws Lily a housewarming attended by the late Lynn Marie Stewart, who played Missy Vaughn in Pee-wee's Playhouse, and also Charlie's mom on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I see you have a son, too. Is he a little monster like my Charlie?
Absolutely. You know they must get together and chase cars.
I'm sorry I keep pointing out every minor character in this film who is in a children's show, but if I don't do it, then some smartass in the comments will, and I just can't let that happen.
Well, you're home early, dear.
I lost my job.
Oh, well, if you need work, you could do some things, too, for me.
Also, this bitch really wants Herman to cuck her husband.
My husband works nights.
Herman's gonna get a lot of requests for that living in America.
You are big, aren't you?
She really wants that BGC. Speaking of Herman working, well, Herman gets a job as a waiter, and this time he doesn't have to tuck his dick in to get tips.
I hope nobody tries to get fresh. You know how hard it is for me to say no.
Are you two ready?
It's this scene that features cameos by the original Munsters cast who were alive at the time, besides Beverly Owen. Al Lewis, a.k.a. Grandpa, Yvonne DiCarlo, a.k.a. Lily.
I'll just have a bite of something.
Butch Patrick, a.k.a. Eddie, and Pat Priest, a.k.a. Marilyn.
I'll have the veggie burger on white bread with mayonnaise.
She's always been the oddball in the family.
Yeah, who the fuck orders a veggie burger at an Italian restaurant?
Herman, yeah. Well, I'll have the fresh kill of the day.
This scene is a nice tribute to the original cast, but it's sadly bittersweet without Fred Gwynne, who passed away 2 years before this film, but he lives on in Herman here.
I still say he looks very familiar.
Being a TV movie, Here Come the Munsters, of course, has a low budget. I mean, Spot the Dragon is a cardboard cutout with red light bulbs as eyes, for God's sake. But the low budget also meant the movie wasn't able to cast well-known actors in the lead roles like the Addams Family films, which had heavy hitters Angelica Houston, Raul Julia, and Christopher Lloyd in the lead roles. This Munsters movie had to settle for actors that mostly worked in supporting roles on TV and film, which comes with some boons and drawbacks.
I feel like such a failure, Lily.
No, Herman. You're going to be a tremendous success. I know it.
Obviously, the cast of this film doesn't come close to the original show's cast, but they still feel close enough to the spirit of the characters they play that the movie doesn't have an uncanny element to its performances like Munsters Today did. And the cast of this film being less recognizable makes it easier to just see the characters for who they are instead of who plays them. When I see Rick Moranis in the Flintstones movie, I just see Rick Moranis pretending to be Barney Rubble. Even Christopher Lloyd in Addams Family, his performance as Uncle Fester is great, but a part of me is still thinking that's Doc Brown under the makeup. With the cast of this Munsters movie, they're a bunch of nobodies who become recognizable and pretty good for TV costumes and makeup while embodying their characters reasonably well. Herman was played by, well, the late Edward Herman, and you might think he only got the role because he has the same name as the character he's playing, along with his son's name as a bonus, but Edward Herman captures a lot of Fred Gwynne's mannerisms as the character fairly well with a calm, gentle demeanor that was really missing with John Shuck's portrayal.
Herman!
Lily was played by Veronica Hamill, who believably treats everything, no matter how strange, as totally normal, bringing an affable warmth to her vampiric housewife.
Get chased by any angry mobs today? Nah. Well, there's always tomorrow.
The late Robert Morris played Grandpa.
So much for resting in peace.
Who does seem a little too jittery and easily amused by everything, constantly cracking up.
Boil some oil, Marilyn.
But his laugh is pretty close to Al Lewis's to pass as the character well enough. But I would maybe say I preferred Howard Morton's performance.
30 people? 5 innocent children.
Eddie was played by Matthew Batukis, and they set him apart from previous versions of Eddie by making him a more feral werewolf boy, eating dog food, and Eddie even goes full-on lycanthropic at the sight of a full moon in class. Performance-wise, this Eddie is nothing special, but he gets some gags. Christine Taylor as Marilyn is maybe the best casting in the film. Making the prettiest member of the Brady Bunch the ugliest Munster is really ironic.
She may not have looks, Grandpa, but she's got brains.
But Marilyn doesn't have any memorable moments in this film, which is the norm, I suppose.
These are my relatives. They just arrived from Transylvania.
Unable to find a job, Herman remembers the business card he was given a half hour earlier in the movie, and with absolutely no difficulty takes up work at Gateman, Goodbury, and Graves' funeral parlor.
Congratulate me, Lily. I got a job.
So Herman looking for a job in the movie was just filler and an excuse to fit in cameos from the original cast.
You're fired!
Grandpa is unimpressed by Herman's hearse and gives it some flair, using a spell to turn it into the Munster Koach in its original classic form, which is cool, but it's a really dumb, rushed origin for their car in this movie. A cool thing about the Munsters in the original show is that they actually had to build their cars. Also, the Munster Koach was the family car, not Herman's work vehicle. How the fuck is he going to fit a casket in this thing? Grandpa, use your brain!
Boy, Grandpa, you sure can cast a spell. Wow.
Well, Grandpa redeems himself, I guess, by inventing a device to specifically and conveniently locate Marilyn's dad, Norman Hyde.
It's the world's first digital divining rod person locator.
And it's revealed in a reverse Manchurian candidate twist that, after an experiment gone wrong...
What's happening to me?
Marilyn's father has taken the form of Brent Jekyll, a xenophobic politician running for Congress.
We must ensure that foreign influences do not infiltrate the American way of life.
With Jekyll's campaign manager, Larry Walker, pulling the strings. Oh, I get it. A mad scientist named Hyde becomes a normal guy named Jekyll. It's like a reversal of that one book. What was it called again? Oh, yeah, The Incredible Hulk.
Dad has been transformed into Brent Jekyll.
It's not entirely clear why Hyde in his Jekyll form is specifically needed to run for Congress in this scheme. There's an unlimited number of racist politicians that boomers will vote for to deport people.
I remember in America the way it used to be.
It just doesn't really make sense why one needs to be made with a formula.
He's a candidate without a past. No one will ever show up and say, I smoked dope with him in college, or say he dodged the draft.
Yeah, someone who dodged the draft could never hold political office. Totally makes sense.
If this formula works, I will send someone to the White House.
Whatever. The Munsters know who their brother-in-law has become and need to cure Norman of his political aspirations. They just need to sneak into the campaign manager's home in the middle of the night and extract a political candidate's blood.
All I need is a small sample of Jekyll's blood to make the antidote.
No way this could be taken the wrong way. It worked for Comet Ping Pong. Meanwhile, the campaign manager's wife puts their son to sleep and... Wait, why the hell is Dee Wallace in this movie?
I think there's a monster in there.
You're getting all this monster stuff from all those foreign kids at your school.
Herman tries to be a good home intruder by putting the Walker child to bed before harvesting some blood tonight.
And don't let the vampires bite.
But Dee Wallace, like usual, makes things complicated. And while Grandpa does extract the blood needed to craft an antidote, it kinda sorta looks like an attempted political killing.
That monster just tried to assassinate me. Oh, no.
So Herman is arrested. Never seen this before in a Munsters movie.
He's sticking to some cock and bull story about Jekyll being... Now get this, our missing guy, Norman Hyde.
Yeah, there's never been a situation where a guy named Jekyll was also a guy named Hyde. Incredibly hard to believe. Grandpa needs to break Herman out of the who's-gow and whips up a replacement Herman to swap out made of spare parts and a dog's brain.
The dog's brain?
I gotta applaud Grandpa for being able to quickly craft terrifying abominations against nature, but Grandpa really outdoes herself with her police disguise.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, she looks just like Drew Barrymore in Scream.
How about a little bite after your shift's over?
Would you just buzz us in, big fella?
This desk sergeant is really desperate for some of that grand pussy.
A bite after my shift's over.
Sounds very tempting.
Is it wrong that this is turning me on?
Monsters escape me!
With the cops distracted by Dog Herman, the real Herman and Grandpa flee the jail in the Munster Koach, but the police pursue the Munsters anyway. Grandpa throws them off with his handy Amish disguise pill, which works because Los Angeles has a massive Amish population.
Flawless escape.
Here Come the Munsters ends at exactly the place you expect a Munsters movie to end, a political rally in broad daylight.
I want you to help me bring back the America we remember.
With Grandpa trying to shoot a dart with the antidote to turn Jekyll back to Hyde, but it instead turns a band leader into Elvis for some reason.
Thank you very much.
I don't know why, but it was kind of funny, I guess. This does give Jekyll an opportunity to give his supporters non-white people to be racist at.
Get out!
But Grandpa tries to tone down the crowd's prejudice with another pill, only to make them even more racist. It won't be long until you start hearing the words "kill them" at a real political rally. As a last resort, Marilyn sticks a little prick in her father's ass, causing Jekyll to turn into a rejected effects shot from The Mask, and back to his old syphilitic self, Norman Hyde.
I need a new suit. This one is huge on me.
This ruins Walker's scheme to create a candidate who could win by harnessing the irrational hatred of the average American voter.
Someone who could focus these stupid, gullible voters onto someone they hate!
Like anyone would vote for a guy like that anyway.
You mean like these folks hate you?
It's still not clear how this dude started hanging out with Norman during his experiments anyway. Were they friends and Norman just happened to turn into the perfect guy to be a racist politician, or what? Whatever, in a last-ditch effort for revenge, Walker carries out a terrorist attack on the Hyde residence.
Bye-bye.
Only to be brutally killed by Spot, and Herman's sister Elsa is roused from her coma by Norman's herpes-infected lips. And the whole family is back to bonding over how unattractive Marilyn is.
I know you'll never look like the rest of the family, but we'll love you just the same.
Looks aren't everything. You'll find the right person for you.
Plus, the Munsters aren't going to be deported now.
The INS is not going to deport you.
No internment camps for them. And also conveniently, Norman and Elsa are going on a trip of indeterminate length all around the world.
Tour around the world.
Oh.
Which means the Munsters can make the Hyde Mansion their own home indefinitely.
You can watch the house while Norman and I are gone.
Wow, this is almost too convenient. Marilyn isn't going on the trip with her parents, though, because she still needs a taste of this cop's pork sword. Also, Eddie's in this movie too, I guess, and his parents gift him a, choker. Now he can start his life of being a goth e-girl. And because they couldn't figure out any other way to end this movie, Grandpa dances with Mary Warrenoff, Eddie dances with the Helga voice actress.
Oh, Eddie.
And Herman is happy with his funeral parlor job.
Ralph called from the funeral parlor and said business was booming. 20 new bodies just arrived.
Must have been another mass shooting. Welcome to America, Herman.
I think we're gonna like it here in America.
Here Come the Munsters is pretty okay for a TV movie. The cast is fine, and there are some fun gags, but it does make some unnecessary changes to the backstory of the Munsters for the sake of plot convenience. And while I do like when the Munsters dive into social commentary, this movie lays its politics on incredibly thick, really overshadowing the reintroduction of the Munsters. And when the writer of this film, Bill Prady, himself eventually ran an unsuccessful campaign for governorship of California, it's no wonder why this movie is so heavy on prioritizing the political bullshit.
Who's Newt Gingrich?
Still, you could argue this movie was prescient.
I'm going to work very hard to give you the kind of America that your mothers and your fathers grew up in.
Anticipating our current political landscape.
I will deport you and your whole family.
But no, the political landscape has always been fucking retarded. I give Here Come the Munsters 3 Irwin Keys holding bazookas out of 5.
I have a question. What are you talking about?
In the next video, I'll be covering the Munsters' Very Scary Christmas, but you won't have to wait until the holidays to see it, so make sure to subscribe and click the bell for more videos. This video is made possible through the pledges of my Patreon supporters, and I'd like to give a very special thanks to the kind folks pledged to my shoutouts tier. All of their support on Patreon means a lot to me, and it helps my dark influence continue to grow. If you liked this video, like it, and if you loved it, click the subscribe and bell buttons for more videos. Be sure to also keep in touch by following me on social media at Dr. Wolfula. While I still have your attention, consider pledging to my Patreon to support the channel and get bonus content like private movie night streams with me and credits in my videos. Consider pledging at patreon.com/Dr. Wolfula. Also, check out official Dr. Wolfula merch on tpublic.com/user/Dr. Wolfula. Thanks for watching. Dr. Wolfula signing out.